breathe it in, it's only for a little while. And take a chance and dive into the deep. Soak it in, the air's feeling warmer. There's never been a better time than this. Now is the time. Dance in the sunshine, now is the time.
I'm co-founder along with Thompson-Frenk of UTF Holdings. I'm also a board member of the Memnosyne Institute based in Dallas, Texas. Originally, I'm coming from Nigeria, southeastern Nigeria. I have been part of this conversation probably for almost the last 20 years. Having started as a co-founder of an organization in Washington, D.C. called the Hip Hop Caucus, where we launched Green the Block. It's a campaign with the White House Green Jobs Initiative. And, as part of the whole group of NGOs, from Energy Action Coalition to Friends of the Earth, a bunch of organizations that were doing their best to help push the divestment process, push sustainability, corporate sustainability. My family, originally coming from Nigeria, had a big background in the oil and gas industry. So when you come from a background like that and you're seeing that there's a natural resource that we have that is playing a huge part in the economic development of the country, it's kind of hard to say, okay, let's just stop fossil fuels without some sort of alternative for development. So during my time in Washington, D.C., we learned about a lot of different technologies that were helping to address that problem. And one of those was direct air capture or carbon capture. So probably took about 5 to 10 years, but there was a big push to get a lot of the oil companies to adopt the technology. So as they're producing fossil fuels, they're reducing the emissions or creating a net zero process. So we found out that there was a way to make the industrial processes carbon negative or carbon neutral. A lot has changed now, but I feel like a lot of industries are now finding ways to bring that technology in so they can industrialize without polluting. I like how my sister from Nazatu was just talking about food security. Governments now in Africa, especially Nigeria, are focusing a lot on food security. They're trying to bring people back from the cities back to the farms to start farming. They're trying to ramp up fertilizer production, cattle ranching. There's a huge agro-processing zone that we're in the process of developing. It's probably one of the biggest ranches and agro-processing zones in Nigeria. It's about 33,000 acres. That'll be an actual designated agro-processing zone for producing everything from rice, maize, anything you could think of, and then also ranching the cattle. I don't know if anybody's been familiar, but there's been a big cattle herdsman and farmer clash issue in the country that is all part of this issue that we've been talking about, climate change, climate migration. So it's been a big issue, but I think by incorporating some of these technologies, we can play a big role. Most of the food that's produced, probably 60 to 70% of the food that's produced, gets wasted because there's no cold storage. You can use CO2 for cold storage. That's been a big focus for our company. Is to partner with groups that are doing cold storage in Nigeria or across Africa to help them preserve food, help them package food, and help them export food. Like my sister from Nazatu was saying, there's a huge demand for certain crops and products coming out of Africa America. So I think if we can get the technology right, get the agricultural processes right, and then get the manufacturing, packaging, and export correct, I think we'll be really well on our way.
Wonderful.